welcome to Rush Green for a top of the table clash in the Premier League 2 as our second place Young Hammers face fourth place Fulham. West Ham are looking to build on back-to-back wins in all competitions as they try to hunt down top of the table Tottenham, where the gap is at just 1 point. It was a fixture that the Young Hammers won last season here at the Rush Green Stadium, and they'll be looking to do the same again here this evening. As alongside me for commentary, former West Ham United goalkeeper David Martin. How are you, David?
Very well, thank you.
You looking forward to this one tonight after seeing the academy players over the last few days and last few sessions?
Yeah, I mean, I've been lucky enough to watch the guys train through this season so far, probably about 7-8 times, but I haven't actually seen them play just due to the fixtures that I have, and obviously me being at Southend. But actually to see what Steve Potts does through the week, to then kind of see that today, I'm really looking forward to it.
Is there anything you're expecting from this West Ham side this evening, or is it early days in terms of what you've been watching on?
Just the quality that they have, and I know obviously with the Youth Cup last year and everyone speaks about it, but they've obviously taken that onto this year, and I see that in training. What I've seen, the 7-8 times that I've been in, and the power and the pace that they have, hopefully they'll give Fulham a really good game today.
And of course this young West Ham side, as you mentioned, winning the FA Youth Cup last season, they're still in the Premier League International Cup in the semi-finals of that now. How important do you think it is so early on in your career to be able to play in late stages and even win competitions like these?
I think it's really important. Obviously taking that step to the Premier League, to the first team is really tricky. It's a lot harder than when I was 20, 21, obviously my Liverpool days, and the gap is a lot further now, but these games they do give you a taste of it, whether that's coming into the first team or going out on loan, getting experience that way. But this is definitely a good development stage to have, to then give you that chance to really show what you can do.
And of course it is a London derby this evening, something that you always remember well. If you talk us through perhaps that special London derby a few years ago at Chelsea.
I think it was probably a case of being in the right place at the right time, and I thank God every day that I was managed to be a part of a team that obviously kept a clean sheet, and we got 3 points at Stamford Bridge that day, and it's something that even now I speak about. It just brings a smile to my face. So it was really a pleasure to be a part of, and a part of the club's history in that matter of fact.
So we are expecting the teams out of the dressing rooms in just a moment's time, both West Ham and Fulham. Do you think the fact that it's a London derby might affect the players in some way? Of course it is Fulham, it's not like a Tottenham or something like that, but do you think that has an effect even at this younger level?
Yeah, definitely. These are, I believe, fourth in the league, so it's going to be a tight game. Obviously, you've got Hayden Mullins, obviously the manager of Fulham, so he plays a really good style of football. And I think, with the pre-game meetings that they would have had would have been, of the strengths and weaknesses of Fulham. But the players that we've got on the pitch tonight are more than capable of beating this team.
And it's the teams that we are expecting out shortly. And one thing at academy level that I wonder what you think of this is that, of course, players like, for example, Callum Marshall this season, West Ham's top goal scorer, now out on loan and things like that. Does it make it difficult for the side as a whole to build momentum when there are players coming in and out on loans throughout the season, do you think?
Yeah, but that's football. You have players that are you kind of star players, if you call them that. But when you do miss them, they, through suspension or injury, it's how can the rest of the team adapt, and that's a part of the experience as well. So it's not always a bad thing that you might lose one player, but then the rest of the team needs to step up. So again, it's good experience.
So here come the two teams then, both West Ham and Fulham, for the latest of the Premier League 2 fixtures. We're coming to the end of the season. Just 4 more to go. And a big one for West Ham, looking to go top of the table. It's not in their own hands, but a win could very much help them on their way. Of course, they only need to be in the top 16 of the Premier League 2 to qualify for the knockout stages to decide who wins it in the new format of the Premier League 2 this season. But let's take you through the two teams, and we will start off with the hosts, West Ham United, as Knightsbridge starts in goal. It's the familiar back three of Casey, Liang and Lee Xiao, who have featured really for just over a year, with Robinson and Clayton providing the width from wing-back. Orford is with Batcham in the centre of midfield, leaving the front three of Swire, Earthy, both either side of Mabama. And then for the visitors, Fulham, it's Alex Borto who starts in goal. Dibley Diaz is alongside Amisa in the heart of defence. McCoy Splat and Orejo are deep midfielders for Fulham. Josh King is in the side for the visitors as he plays just behind Callum Osmond up top. The last bits and pieces being sorted out prior to kick-off. West Ham United's captain Keelan Casey having a final word with the referee as we wait to see who will get us underway. It looks like it is to be West Ham. It looks like it is to be Mabama standing over the centre circle. Of course, he's had his ins and outs in the first team. And how important do you think it is for someone like Mabama, who's played first team football, scored for the first team, to make sure he's also continuing to play well at this level too?
I think just, getting football underneath your belt as much as possible, different levels, is going to be really important for Divine. He's obviously got a real, loads and loads of talent, and it's about him now scoring. He just keeps scoring, getting that confidence up, coming up against different types of defenders, and how does he combat each situation that he comes up against.
That's an early mistake from Fulham, and West Ham could be in straight away. And here is Mabama, who we've just been speaking about, but his effort denied by a fantastic block. But what a start that could have been for West Ham.
Yeah, obviously a bit of a miss kick from the Fulham right back there, and I think Divine just obviously took the touch back inside and didn't quite get the ball where he wanted it to, and obviously had the left foot stroke just got blocked.
What can West Ham do from their first corner? It's close to the goalkeeper, and Borto able to punch away.
Puts a really nice ball in, doesn't he, Orford?
And they'll look to do the same again here. Take two. And it's close to the keeper again. Too close this time. Borto's able to claim. Distributed it quickly, but it's well read by Robinson. And being so close to the action, we heard a big shout of time, which was something you want as your last man back to hear there for Junior Robinson. This is Casey. Swire doesn't quite have that same amount of time. Fulham win themselves the throw. Is that something that Borto's going to want so early on, to be able to claim a corner, punch one behind, just to get his first save out the way?
Yeah, no, I think it was a bit of a too easy of a catch for me for the goalkeeper, and it does set up a counter-attack sometimes. It was a decent enough ball in, but you do need that blocker in there sometimes just to stop that attack. But good talking from the back, organising, and obviously nullified the situation.
West Ham have just picked it up deep inside their own half, and Casey was happy just to send it long. There's Orford. Something perhaps for Earthy to take chase as Clayton picks it up. Batcham looking to send it long for the Hammers, but a little too long.
It was unlucky there. Just need a little bit more height on that. Just give the George a little bit more of a chance to get onto that ball.
Porto moves it over to the near side. West Ham happy to press very high indeed, forcing Fulham long now. Casey with the first bit of defending, and this is Luis Yao. Here is Luis Yao again for West Ham. A nice ball forward. As West Ham could be in with an early chance, and a good save from Porto. He did so well to come off his line and denies Mbama his second chance of the game. Almost a West Ham opener early on, as Fulham look to come down the other end now themselves. The overlapping run in there from Slade was just ignored for now. Fulham moving it over to the far side, and Clayton in there for West Ham. Tanton now, and a low ball in. I'm just about doing enough, but don't get it clear quite far enough. Tanton. And the goalkeeper wasn't able to get there. Knightsbridge beaten, and it's the visitors who take the lead against the run of play. Their first chance of the evening. Payet City, their top goal scorer, gets his 5th of the season in the Premier League 2, and West Ham find themselves behind.
Yeah, obviously you want to stop crosses coming in the box, but I think that was probably just a bit too low for Jacob to come and get. But you know, we probably know that now, but that's part of the experience again. It's just now how he plays now for the rest of the game, and this will definitely be a test of his character. And you know, knowing the lad, he'll definitely come good now.
West Ham, of course, know they've had the chances to take the lead themselves. Will that boost their confidence, or will it just add to the frustration?
I think, yeah, you'll be frustrated, but you know that you can hurt them. Especially, you know, you've got little George Earthy up there. He works really hard to get in the pockets, and he put a great ball through to Divine. Just obviously, Divine probably didn't get out of his feet a little bit more just to dink it over the goalkeeper.
Here is Casey. That's a nice ball for Clayton. A little bit of room for the number 11. Picking up with Earthy now. Batcham. Lucia finding Mbama. And does well to win West Ham the free kick. And how about that to take it quickly towards Robinson? What can the number 2 do as he delivers him with power? It was importantly defending. City then helps clear it on. Batcham doing well to move it on towards Orford. Mbama for Earthy. This is promising for West Ham as Clayton delivers. Once again, Fulham just about doing enough. As Orford gets there first and does really well to win West Ham the free kick.
Some really nice play there, the way they knock it about. Obviously playing quicker again now. Really testing this Fulham backline.
Clayton. West Ham not letting the early goal conceded affect their performance. Clayton looks to flick it round the corner and wins the throw. Thrown on towards Mbama. Of course, likes to get involved in the general play as well as getting the goals. Batcham with an important touch in there for West Ham as it goes out for the Fulham throw.
pressure from Murphy again. Good press. Can they keep him one way and then in the second ball? Unlucky. There was a good play from Fulham there, getting out of that press.
There is the goal scorer, looking to turn provider this time. It's with Osmond. Isiao with the challenge just to slow things down. Osmond once more, and that time it was Clayton. Lively Diaz was able to take it down well. Misa now playing it forward. Arujo back to Amisa. Fine long ball towards Tanton. Another delivery to the penalty area. There's more danger, and this time Knightsbridge was able to save and hold down to his left-hand side.
Obviously good play from Fulham there. It's almost more of a counter-attack kind of team I can see. But, you know, really good save there from Jacob there. Got down really smartly.
Back on the ball now for West Ham. Sending it long this time. Here's Mabama. Had taken off him on that occasion. Raisiti looking to flick it on. Well read by Liang. Orford able to pick things up in the centre. Look to just touch it on down the line towards Earthy. Picked up by Amisa now for Fulham. The good thing from West Ham, every time they're pressing, they do seem to be pressing as a unit, not as individuals. And it's worked on that occasion, because that should be a throw to the Hammers.
Yeah, obviously the work I see Potsy do through this season so far is a lot on pressing, pressing as a team. You can see they all, once one goes, they all follow in. And it does make it very difficult to play against if they get the press right.
Batra finding Casey. Casey, the low ball forward to Swire, trying to flick it around the corner. Batra almost got his foot in there, but Fulham looking to break away, and Osmond's played in behind here for the visitors. Tries to take it around the outside. Liang with the vital piece of defending, but Fulham do get themselves a corner.
Yeah, it seems like a bit of a tactic from Fulham, just to kind of doing like a medium to low block and then try and win the ball. When West Ham are trying to probe, and they've got a good shape, they're quite compact, and it's hard to play against sometimes. So you have got to be careful of the counter attack.
Their first corner of the evening sent in towards the back post, and what about that for a strike? As the visitors double their lead. It's the number 6 this time, Lively Diaz with the goal.
Well, sometimes you know give it to the other team, but that was an unbelievable strike. Not a bad clearance, a bit of height on it. Obviously, he didn't quite get there, no. Right, so maybe he probably could have made a little bit more contact on that. And it's can't take it away from the lad, but it's a great strike. First time into the opposite corner. No chance for Jacob there.
It's a double trouble for West Ham to deal with, finding themselves 2 down. The good thing is they know they've got chances. There's goals in this side. Not the start they would have wanted after 12 minutes. But again, they're quick to react, quick to break forward now with Earthy. Payton centred in early, but centred in too close towards Alex Porto.
Mad, just looking at this team, I know being 2-0 down so early, but I do feel like there's goals for West Ham here, and I'm not overly concerned at the moment, silly as that might sound.
I think it's such a promising sign, isn't it, the fact both times that they've conceded, they have reacted with a chance themselves, particularly at such well, at a younger age is probably something you do want to see it in academy football.
Yeah, you still want to see that bravery. It's a big part of building character. Again, this is a game that you need to develop that. When you do go 1-2 down, how do you react? Who's going to pull them together? Is it your centre-backs? Is it your goalkeepers, your midfielders? This is where you see the characters. And you know, obviously I've seen the lads train quite a lot this year, like I've said before, and sure they'll get hold of a few of the lads there to try and pull them through.
Danton playing it on forward. McCoy splat, and that's a nice ball. Here's Josh King now for Fulham, looking to get it onto his right foot, and Lang with the block, and it is going to be a corner for Fulham. It was pretty clear, wasn't it, what he wanted to do the whole time, get it onto his right foot there, the number 10.
Yeah, no, it was really good defending. Come inside the whole time and blocked it off. I believe it was Levi. So it was a really good block. Now, just conceded from a set piece. It's important now we make it solid.
There's pressure from Slade on the goalkeeper, Knightsbridge, as it looks like it's curled out before coming back in again. It will be the West Ham goal kick. This is Casey. Get it back from Orford. Knightsbridge. I think he couldn't quite take it in his stride, but Clayton doing well to retain the possession for West Ham. Arujo. Slade now. With Arujo again. West Ham starting that press again. Forcing Fulham long. Casey. It's from Obama in behind, but he won't be able to get to that, the number 9. Here's Slade now. Arujo, and Lang was there with the header. Just too much for Robinson though to try and get something going from a West Ham point of view, but they're so eager to press.
Yeah, you can almost see Fulham, they're trying to draw West Ham in and obviously isolate the boys at the back, maybe for that counter-attack again. They're quite comfortable doing it, you can see. See, Hayden's probably got them playing like that.
Yang able to take it down for West Ham. Quite find Mavama as King moves it to the near side. There's a low ball in behind, but too much on it, and Knightsbridge will happily pick it up for West Ham. Don't forget you can play your part in the biggest game of the season so far, when West Ham take on Freiburg in a decisive European knockout game. That's on Thursday, the 14th of March. And get your ticket with junior tickets from just £10. Of course, it's a similar position that West Ham were in against Sevilla a few years ago. What's your thoughts on that return leg for West Ham?
What an unbelievable night to be there in the stadium and to share that obviously with Yarmolenko. I believe obviously he was going through the whole Ukraine crisis at that time. And then for him to get the winning goal so late on, honestly, it was an incredible feeling. The stadium was definitely rocking that night, I've got to say.
Make sure to get behind the team again on Thursday to create that same kind of atmosphere. Here's Liang. Nice take from Batcham. Moves it on towards Robinson. Obama did so well to get there first for West Ham. Here's Earthy. Earthy driving on forward. All of a sudden, Fulham looking to break away themselves.
And I think West Ham just try not to get frustrated, because obviously they're getting the ball quite high up the pitch. And then it's the final ball or the final decision whether to shoot or pass. It's not quite coming off at the moment. And if you don't get it right, then Fulham are, attacking with, countering with, 4 or 5 players. So it's hard to play against that sometimes. So just try not to get frustrated.
Here is Knightsbridge. Might ask a little bit of Liang, who does well to take it down under pressure. Batcham. Swire. Does so well to drive around the outside, still going Swire. Helped up by Batcham. Swire has stayed down, to the referee just forced to stop things.
A good play there. Like I said, from our defending third, all the way up to the half, over the halfway line there. Quick feet there. So, see, definitely we've got some quality obviously on the pitch. So we've got to keep going now, and hopefully we'll get a bit of joy from it now.
Orford will be able to get us going again from the drop ball. This is Casey. Not the pass he would have wanted to do, Easial. He was able to at least stop any chance of a Fulham breakaway. Anton sends it back from the throw. Arujo. A nice ball forward into space. Slade's making that run on the near side. They find King instead. Architi. Amisa. Arujo was forced to send it long. Off the wall for Liang to win the header. But despite the 2-goal lead that Fulham have, this is probably the longest spell of possession that they've had so far.
I mean, that's what it's come down to, really. We've missed 2 really good chances and they've taken theirs. Probably had more possession, and obviously probably more possession in their defending third. So it just shows you, it's a game of goals, isn't it?
Let's see if West Ham can try and find themselves one here on the free kick. It's probably not the perfect position, it's probably too central, isn't it? But we'll see what Orford can do with the delivery. It was a dangerous looking one, almost fell from Obama. And Fulham just about do enough as they smash it clear, and smash it clear to a chance of their own now, as it's Osmond. And a good challenge in there from Orford. Staying switched on defensively, and Fulham have a corner.
Again, that's so important from your attacking set pieces to be right at the back, and I don't think it was quite set up for the lockout there, and they managed to obviously get a decent clearance away, and now we're obviously defending a corner, and that's literally come from our attacking set piece.
Right, CT, who scored Fulham's first, will take. Goes towards that back post again, and Fulham win the header again. This time it was Arujo. He couldn't find the target.
Yeah, I mean, See, we set up like, you know, how the first team too with the zonal, and you have got to be really aggressive with zonal marking. Obviously through my career I've done different types, you know, a bit of hybrid, a bit of man for man, and zonal. I prefer to be man for man, to be honest, because everyone's like held accountable for it. But now you've got to really concentrate on being aggressive with them set pieces, defending.
Flag goes up there against Earthy. Is there ever a situation in a game where if the opposition keep on winning the first contact from set pieces, that like corners, where the players themselves might decide to change things, or is it difficult without kind of a half time to speak about it?
Yeah, I think it does, you know, lie with, you know, obviously now you have your set piece coaches, obviously the manager, normally a coach heads the attacking and defending set pieces. It's hard to change it on the pitch, because, you know, if you take responsibility and then it goes the other way, it's a hard thing to do. But I've been a set piece coach at MK Dons last year, and you want the player to do something.
They come Fulham now with their first goal scorer of the evening. King looking to return it. Orford there for West Ham, and he's done well to win the free kick.
Yeah, and you want a player to do something, and they don't quite do what you told them it was going to happen. And it's, you know, for me that's just a bit more of aggression. If you're going to go zonal, you need to go and attack the ball, even though you have players running in behind you. If you do it with enough aggression, then you can definitely combat it.
There's Liang, Swire. Plenty around him, and Fulham able to win it back, but Liang kept things alive as this is nice bridge. A lot of pressure on him, couldn't find a West Ham teammate. Delivered to the far side. Tanton. Hoistblatt now will send it back for Fulham. Arujo captaining the side this evening as he looks to deliver it towards Tanton. It was a nice ball, but the number 2 just couldn't quite take it in his stride. Yeah, trying to send it long. Fulham pick it up again. This is Slade. Titi trying to send it long. Easy out there for West Ham. Obama, nice layoff to Batram. Is Robinson now for West Ham. Still darting on around the outside here, Robinson. Oh, fantastic skill from the number 2. What's the delivery like? We'll get a second chance perhaps. The referee see a foul in that perhaps?
Yeah, maybe. But, you know, really good play from their junior there. Said good hold-up play from Devine, sent it off. Obviously ball up from Morford. Just unlucky with the ball in. Maybe just a little bit more floated in to give Devine a chance to go and attack it.
Porto for Fulham now. Just under 20 minutes of the first half to go. Just about keep on going for West Ham in terms of creating those chances.
Yeah, I mean, we want a little bit more control now. We seem to have lost our way a little bit with possession-wise in the last 5 or so minutes. Just getting a feel of that ball. Can we make the pitch as big as possible? These little sloppy passes, kind of need to get on top of them.
Diaz with a low ball forward to Osmond, trying to turn. Too close to Knightsbridge. Batram. Swire, that's a nice turn, and he'll win the Hammers the free kick.
Bit better straight away. That said, you need that focal point. Whether obviously Devine or Cam up there.
Clear.
Yeah, finds Clayton. Liziao. Orford. Earthy now. Batcham again in the centre. And Orford threads it through, and this could be dangerous for West Ham. Earthy. And the deflection just helped Porto. Made it a nice height, and the Fulham #1 was able to claim.
Obviously, really good ball from Orford there. And then obviously Georgie on there, just unlucky that didn't quite beat the first man.
Yank almost found by Bama. Would have been a chance out of absolutely nothing that for the Hammers. Tanton. Casey was always going to be favourite to win the header at the back there. That pressure working once more for West Ham. Couldn't quite take it this time. Tanton. Casey doing really well for the Hammers. Yank looking for Mabama. Fantastic take from Mabama. Swire linking up with the #9 again. And they'll keep on chasing, but too much pressure for the referee's liking. And Fulham get the free kick.
Really good ball from Levi there. Great touch from Devine. Just unlucky that he couldn't get the other side, Devine. And the defender had actually done really well there, getting back inside.
Energy to press still there from West Ham. Robertson. Swire. Yang joining in. Wasn't the pass he would have wanted. And this is Osman now. Looking to take on Casey. Well read, was it Lewis Orford there, doing his defensive duties.
We press really well again up the top there. It's just on the turnover, can we do damage with it?
It was a fantastic turn from Obama as he finds Clayton. Clayton sending it in. Rujo doing enough for Fulham. They're just creeping closer. West Ham. Easier taking it down. Runs into trouble. Osmond. It's Slade now. Ridley Diaz just taking a moment to settle. Perhaps this might be something that Fulham will want to do for the remainder of the first half. Take their time with the possession. I say that as they try to send it on long. Robinson. This is Orford. Some ball to find Clayton on the far side. Lewis Orford. Yeah, looking for Mabama. Flag is up on this near side.
Unlucky that there. I think Devine probably just needed to dip in a little bit more to get back onside. And it was really close to being a really good ball.
Is Arujo. Fulham going for the long ball again. Knightsbridge will happily take it a stride for West Ham. Liziao.
to be fair to Fulham, they do have a really good shape. Obviously, I'd probably Hayden setting them up like that. It is making it difficult to try and break the lines. Once they do break the lines, you can see West Ham can then really turn and get at the back four. But the midfield and the forwards are making it quite tricky to get the ball with any quality to the forward players.
It's exactly what Fulham will want at the moment, this kind of stop-start play, having the 2-goal advantage not too long before half-time. It'll be Diaz. Arujo now. That West Ham pressure is not stopping as they win it back again with Liang. It's Fulham's turn to put the pressure on West Ham as now they look to drive on forward. They're hunting for number 3. But still they go on. And what a fantastic block from Casey. To deny that, Fulham third. And maybe try and get West Ham on the break, but it's just overhit from Robinson looking for Swire.
Again, credit to Fulham that, you know, when there is a turnover, they tend to win the ball back quite quickly because they swarm, you know, 2, 3, 4 players, and it's making it tricky to kind of switch play and get out of trouble for West Ham.
Casey. Their first for West Ham, but going to keep the possession. Right, CT sending it back. It's King. Managed to get away from one, still bursting on for Fulham. Clayton with the latest defensive challenge there for West Ham, but it is going to be a corner though.
Really good defending there from Clayton, keeping him outside. So, as a goalkeeper, that's what I'd want. And obviously, a bit touch and go. I probably thought that was a goal kick, thought it was ricocheted back off the Fulham player, but another set piece to defend now. Again, this zonal marking, you've got to attack it with aggression now.
Slade again putting the pressure on Knightsbridge, standing very close to him. That swinging ball is won by Casey. This is earthy, just happy to get it away.
Perfect from Kalen there, go and attack the ball. Actually made it his own.
He'll go for the diagonal and it's moved on forward. He's Yao there first for West Ham. Bama tussling away, breaks for Earthy. Bruce says no foul and Fulham coming forward. There's the ball in behind towards Osmond. Some really good goalkeeping from Knightsbridge initially. Osmond gets it back and sends it in. The combination of Lee Xia and Yang doing their defensive duties for the Hammers.
Really tight one there. Great goalkeeping from Jacob. It was almost like ended up being a 50-50. It was that tight. So yeah, got a good hand to it. Then hopefully your defenders can get back in, recover, and get back into position. They did.
Narujo. Wow, with the pressure for West Ham. It's Alex Borto for Fulham. Knightsbridge doing well to read the situation for West Ham and confident with the pass out towards Batcham. Just from that, almost set West Ham on a break themselves.
That's it, you know, really good early decision from Jacob there. Gave the midfielder a bit more of a chance to hit the front boys. It nearly got through there, so it just shows you with a bit of quality we can break through the lines.
Sent on down the line, Tanton favourite to get there for Fulham. With the number 2. Lisa taking no chances. And over towards the far side this time. Back it goes towards the number 11. It'll be Diaz. Back out wide again. There's a low delivery this time. Couple of deflections. Casey doing enough. Slade. There's the shoot. Crosses instead. It was dangerous. And Clayton just about doing enough for West Ham defensively.
Again, you see Fulham, you know, they clear that ball long into the middle, but there's 3 or 4 players around. So even if there is a 50-50 ball, they're always picking up seconds. And they're able to get to the back line, our back line, because of it.
There's the low ball forward this time, too close towards Knightsbridge. Orford finds a nice pass. With the number 4. This is Earthy now. Bama wants the foul, gets the foul. Does look like West Ham to go direct with this free kick.
Of course, it is a bit central, but you know the quality that Lewis Orford has.
Left for Clayton. And Casey was at the back post. And Liang almost got there for West Ham. And the referee says goal kick.
Brilliant ball from Regan, that. Obviously a bit of a more of an outswinger. Gave Kalen a chance to put it back into the middle. Just unlucky there, we couldn't pick up the second ball in the middle to get a shot off.
There is Arujo. Pressure does force him long. Clayton couldn't quite get his touch right. Robinson doing so well for West Ham there. Clayton. Here is Casey now for West Ham. Batcham for Orford. Hammer now joining in for the Hammers. Batcham. Robinson. Up with Swire once more. Fulham not really allowing any gaps for West Ham to try and exploit at the moment. Back with Knightsbridge.
Again, I think that goes down to Fulham's shape. They've almost got that box in the middle there. It's making it really hard to penetrate and get from our back players to our front players with any real quality.
That's nice work from Obama, and this is Earthy now for West Ham. Clayton was making the move around the outside, Earthy going down. And this is probably a more promising position now for West Ham from the free kick.
Yeah, I mean, that took a real bit of quality there on a turn, a bit of pace and power from George. Good work from Divine. Hopefully we can do something with this set piece.
Creeping ever closer to half-time as well. Just over 2 minutes of normal time to go. And the Hammers find a way back into proceedings. Both Orford and Clayton have taken free kicks so far this evening. Who will it be this time round? It's left for Orford, and Osmond keeping it alive, really, from a West Ham point of view. And the momentum can continue with the throw.
Good quality in there, just gives the lads half a chance. Just needs something to drop.
Swire. Earthy just behind.
Again, Fulham have 3-4 players around there. You know, can we switch play a little bit quicker just to negate their numbers almost?
Alton covering from Louisiana just to stop the initial breakaway. Osman though. Lively Diaz. That energy hasn't stopped really throughout the first half from West Ham. Despite the deficit in the goals, that's a nice ball forward towards Earthy, but the flag's up against the number 10.
Really unlucky that. Just a little bit in front. Obviously, George probably just sneaked a little bit offside. But, you know, on them turnovers from Fulham, can you get that little bit of quality to go forward with, just to give the boys up top a little bit more time?
Looks like we're about to go into 2 additional minutes at the end of the first half. When you're in this kind of situation, do you really try and push to get one back for the second half, or do you just make sure not to concede the third, which could really kill the game once and for all?
I think, yeah, the main thing is not to concede another one now, and try to get to half time. But, you know, you've got to still keep pushing, probing, trying to, you know, get higher up the pitch, but obviously being safe at the back at the same time.
Lizial should get there first and does. Breaks for Orford. King with the pressure for Fulham. Here's Arujo. Not stopping that press even now into the 2 minutes of stoppage time. Yang gets there first.
Again, 2-3 players, Fulham players around. It just really can't, you know, settle for the West Ham players to do any quality with it. So that's, you know, credit to Fulham again.
Izia has pressure on him. Fulham can now start an attack of their own. Voice split going on. Smart play from the number 8, as it is going to be a late first half Fulham corner.
Really important we don't concede now. So everyone needs to concentrate at the back. Again, another set piece, go and attack it, being aggressive. So big Caelan Casey or you know, Jacob can come catch one and take the sting right out of it.
Might just be the last chance for either side in this first half. Big piece of defending for West Ham to do, and it goes from Fulham. Arujo was up. Yang then helps it on away. King sends it back out wide again. Santa now. Nice flick to keep things alive. Clayton's going to get there first for West Ham, and as well to see it out for the goal kick in what is the last of the first half action. A half where West Ham started with all the chances, but Fulham were the side who took them. Pajit Siti opened the scoring just past 5 minutes, and that was doubled with quality from Lively Diaz from a corner, making the halftime score West Ham 0, Fulham 2. There was the first goal. Knightsbridge trying to get there first for West Ham in goal, but couldn't quite meet it.
Yeah, I think it's a ball definitely that he shouldn't come for. It's quite a low cross, and it probably wasn't a ball for him to come to. But it was definitely, you you know, after that he made a really good save down to his left. So that's important now. That's part of his development. You know, you're going to make mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes. You know, there's not a goalkeeper in the country, in the world, that doesn't make a mistake. It's just how you come back from it.
There's nothing he could have done about this from a goalkeeping point of view, but perhaps the defending from West Ham, they would have wanted to get the first contact.
Yeah, Louis just almost was a little bit hesitant with it. It was behind. It was a bit awkward, but you know, them ones, can you just get something on it just to put it off? I mean, you know, hats off to him, the lad that's finished it. It's a great finish into the opposite corner, and obviously no chance for Jacob.
That ends the half with West Ham finding themselves 2 goals down. Stay tuned for some half-time videos.
I'm delighted to announce that there'll be a new addition to the West Ham family next year.
People started to ask questions, and to be honest, I also asked these questions.
And I wanted to show people I could still play overseas, play in one of the best leagues, and be a mom. Why should I stop?
Do you think you're going to be as good as before?
People say to my face like, oh, you're just done with the national team now. You're just going to be in a semi-pro league in Iceland. Are you even going to play?
Ear. Cat. Hammers.
Hummus.
Hummus? Stop talking like that. This is fun.
Hey guys, thanks to the team at Vision Consulting. I'm down at West Ham United women's team and I'm going to be joined by Mackenzie Arnold and a couple special guests to take on the Read My Lips challenge. If you didn't know, Mackenzie Arnold has recently become an ambassador for the Bionics Institute and we're going to be talking about their Giving Day in March. So you've spoken previously about your hearing loss, but in terms of the process, how long did it actually take for you to be like, right, this is real, this is happening, this is it?
Yeah, to be fair, it's honestly taken a lot longer than I probably would have expected. I think I was probably 18, 19 when the girls first started noticing it. And I think with my family, obviously my brother grew up with it, so I never had the worse end of the stick than he did. So it was almost like he was worse off than me, so we didn't really notice my hearing. And to be fair, it wasn't that bad until, you know, I started getting a little bit older and obviously COVID came about, and that's when I got in touch with my brother just to help me out over here. And yeah, he got in touch with the hearing centre and we went from there, and yeah, it was quite a quick process once it got the ball rolling.
When you first went into the room, was it a bit daunting or was it more of a relief sort of feel?
I think I was going to come out and let's just have a little conversation. If you want to get hearing aids, you can. If you don't, blah, blah, blah. But as soon as I came out, she was like, no, it would be very wrong if you didn't get hearing aids. So it wasn't like she didn't give me a choice, but it was almost like very strongly advised. So,
do you feel like your life has changed a lot since you've been wearing the aids?
I'm a lot more confident now, I guess, in like group settings and like conversation and stuff like that. I don't really I used to withdraw a little bit, just like when the background noise would get a little bit too loud, and like it was just sort of hard to keep up. So, in terms of that, I suppose, but yeah, I mean, life's still. It was normal before and it's normal now, but yeah, it definitely has improved for sure.
Didn't you say you went to a gig recently and you like took your aids out or something? Because you were like, this is loud.
Yeah, me and Kirsty went to Dermot Kennedy that night. Like, it was literally the night that I got my hearing aids, and she did warn me. The lady, she was like, you might be a little bit overpowering. Like, if you want to take him out, you can take him out. If not, whatever. But I was like, oh, I'll be fine. Like, no problem. So we got the gig, and I sort of had them in for a bit, and it was fine. But I think after a while, it was just a lot. Yeah. Like, it wasn't like it was too loud or anything. It just obviously was something that I wasn't used to. So yeah, I just ended up taking them out, which was fine.
Has your perception of hearing loss changed at all from before and now?
Yeah, yes and no. I feel like because I grew up with my brother who had hearing aids since he was 2 years old, and so it's always been very normal for me to like, he just had them every day, and I was just like, I've always been around him, you know, so it wasn't like a new thing in my life. I guess it sort of opened my eyes a lot more to how many people actually do go through this, and it's not just, I just thought my brother was, you know, like a single person, so yeah, it's definitely opened my eyes for sure. You
go back to saying realising that it wasn't just you, and your brother. Mm-hmm. I think you can also relate that back to when you put it out on social media, right. Which personally I think it's a really big step to do. and you should be incredibly proud of yourself for doing that and actually taking that leap. The response you got from that, what was that like for you?
Yeah, I mean, it was just such an eye-opening experience. I just didn't realise that, I guess there was that big of a community that sort of looked up to me and really appreciated me putting it out. So yeah, of course it was so rewarding, but yeah, very eye-opening for sure.
You've actually become an ambassador for Bionics Institute. How did this come about?
Yeah, I guess it was sort of a conversation that got brought to me late last year after the World Cup, and we'd had some conversations back and forth, and they mentioned about, you know, coming about the first cochlear implant and yeah, just all the research behind it and all the ways that they're trying to improve research and getting behind the hearing loss community and everything like that. And I think just obviously, again, having my brother and now me going through it, I just think it was a perfect fit. And yeah, just everything about them I loved, and I just wanted to get behind them, and yeah, that's just where it's brought me to. So
just feels like it aligned and made
yeah,
sense.
it did. It aligned a lot, and I think they're just doing so much for you know, that community, and I'm just happy to be a part of it.
So next up, we've got a little challenge that we've got Minnie and Kirsty getting involved in. Are you looking forward to it? Do you think they're going to be any good at it, and who would you back to win?
I mean, to be fair, Kirsty and Minnie have probably learnt the most off me lip reading because they've been around me so much with my hearing loss. So I would expect Kirsty to maybe be a little bit better, but yeah, Minnie might surprise us, you never know.
Now it's over to the girls, and we'll see how the challenge goes. So Minnie and Kirsty are up first. It is best of 5. Mac, are you ready to go with some words?
Let's do it. Stop looking at me like that. Bionics Institute.
Bionics Institute.
She definitely saw it.
No
She
way.
saw it.
1-0 to Kirsty.
Australia.
Australia. 1-1.
They can definitely hear me.
Can you hear? No.
Hammers.
Happiness.
Almost. What?
Hummus.
Almost. Hammers.
Hummus.
Hammers.
Hammers. 2-1
What
to
was-
Kirsty. Hammers.
Goalkeeper. Goalkeeper.
Goalkeeper. Ooh. Ooh. I think they get a point each on that one.
Ear. Ear.
I can't even see.
Ear. Ear.
Cat.
Ear.
Healer.
Oh.
Here.
Ear. No, it's just the ear without the
What?
H. Ear. Awesome. Okay. Research.
Research. That was quick.
Nice. Hearing.
Earring.
No.
Hearing. I was gonna say that.
Matildas.
Music. Lip reading.
What?
Matildas.
Yeah.
What?
Matildas. World Cup.
Well, blow up.
West Ham.
West Ham.
Okay.
Kirsty wins.
Yeah, Kirsty does win.
So Kirsty won that round. Now it's Macca's turn to have a go.
Goalie.
Donate.
Yeah, really close. Donate.
Donate.
Yeah, good.
I know that
We're
word.
making this really easy for her.
Okay, let's make it hard.
Medical.
Mental.
This is fun. Medical.
Medical.
Yes!
Giving day.
Stop talking like that.
I'm trying to make
No,
it
just
easy.
do normal.
Giving day.
70.
Giving day.
You do that.
As if it's my accent.
Giving day. Giving?
Giving.
Day.
Giving day.
That's what I was doing, accentuating the word. Melbourne.
What?
Melbourne.
Melbourne.
Oh.
Good.
I love Minnie.
I love Minnie.
Yeah! Thanks to Macca, Minnie and Kirsty for taking part today. You can also donate to the Bionics Institute Giving Day by hitting the link in the description below. I've been Nancy Baker. Come on, you Irons!
Welcome back to the Rush Green Stadium, where West Ham have made their way out first for this second half. They have a 2-goal deficit to try and come back from. And David, what do you think we need to see from this young West Ham side in the second half to try and get their way back into it?
I think to try and negate, obviously, Fulham's press almost. They are very good at it, especially on turnovers. They seem to have 3 or 4 Fulham players around one of ours. So it's, can we get out of that as soon as possible before they can kind of swarm and win possession back higher up the pitch? So maybe switch a play a little bit quicker as soon as the turnover. Can you get your first pass off? And definitely with the quality we've got up top, I'm sure we've got some goals in this side.
West Ham were the first team to emerge onto the field. That's something you often see. Is that something that ever happened to you, where you are behind in the game and the manager sends the players out early?
Yeah, obviously there's a lot of mind games that sometimes go on, but you know, you can see the lads, West Ham boys now in the middle of the pitch, they're raring to go, talking to each other, and you know, the spirit that I've seen through this season, you know, just in training, I'm sure that we'll have a really good second half.
Well, it will be the visitors, Fulham, to get us underway for the second 45. West Ham looking not only to find their way back to level terms, but try and get 3 points and keep the pressure on Spurs at the top of the table. They've only lost once here this season. That was to Chelsea. Looking to avoid their second home defeat of the campaign in the Premier League too. So a big second half of football to come, as it's Osmond who stands over the ball for Fulham to get us underway. The referee just having a word with the linesman currently on the left side. Perhaps is it something wrong with the goals? Are they not in the position? Is there I say a hole in the net, there's plenty of them, but a bigger hole in the net that could be causing problems? Something you don't often see.
Yeah, it looks like we've got the magic tape coming out now, is it?
That bottom corner, isn't it?
Yeah.
That there's just a little too much of a gap. I've definitely seen something at the top level where there has been a goal, but it's gone through the an extra gap and not been seen.
I try and use that excuse every time a goal's in, but it doesn't always work.
So we are now all set and ready after a slight delay to the second half. West Ham will be hoping to find that bottom corner at some point throughout the second 45. We are set and ready to continue as Osmond stands over the ball for Fulham. Get us underway. He lays it back towards King and sprayed over towards the near side. Here's Zamisa and Arujo. The first second half touch for Alex Borto. Casey, did he do enough? He did. Fulham wanted the foul, but they don't get it. Orford. Nice take from Liang, and then sending it on forward towards Orford. And how about that for a flick over the top to win West Ham the free kick?
Again, you see, you know, 4 or 5 players over there from Fulham. Can we get that switch as soon as possible and get it with enough quality that now the players can get it higher up the pitch?
Casey is going to go more direct towards Robinson. It was Slade who was coming across for the visitors. West Ham have the throw. Orford. Yang for Casey. So the referee does see a foul in there on Casey, so West Ham have the free kick. Orford does go for the switch this time. That's a nice head on by Clayton. And Earthy's ball just lacking the quality. Perhaps rushed it a little bit.
Yeah, but straight away, you know, that switch obviously opens up the whole Fulham team. They try and keep you down one side, but you know, it does create an overload on this side, hopefully. Just a little bit more quality. That will definitely, we'll get a few more chances if we can keep doing that.
Rujo sends it on long. Liang wins the first header. How about that for battling from Osmond? Zekalarak twisting, turning, getting it onto his right foot. It was important defending in there from Batcham. Here is Knightsbridge. Isiao has a lot of pressure on him, but he's done so well to thread it through towards Clayton. Orford now. Brilliant burst away, Mbama joining in. Referee says no foul though. And Diaz. Over to the far side it goes. Covering in there from Liang. Fulham do get themselves the throw. Liang there again for West Ham defensively. Swire does really well in a tight gap. Earthy now. Bottom's been encouraged to go on and on here for West Ham. Good challenge on him. I mean, Diaz. Back it goes towards Amisa. Porto. West Ham continuing with that press that we saw throughout the first half. But at the moment, Fulham beating it. Buttram and Orford, who's going to go for goal and fires wide.
Unlucky with the strike there, but maybe it would have been better going wide and then, you know, let it build up a little bit more. But it said it is very difficult to go through this Fulham shape through the middle. It is going to have to be a little bit more of a switch of play, getting the ball wide and try and move their shape around a little bit more.
Rujo with a heavy touch, which might just encourage Mbama to keep on pressing. And just about coming away with it. And they've been dangerous on the counter-attack all evening long. And Osman's leading this breakaway. Here is the number 9. And reverse it back again, and Fulham are in again looking for number 3. And a big chance not taken. Zekalarak with it. Knightsbridge rushing off his line.
Really good play from Fulham there. They you know, play forward well and run forward really well with pace and power. But you know, really good goalkeeping from Jacob there. Didn't hardly give him anything to hit. and put pressure on the striker just to obviously clear it over the bar.
Here's Lucy out for West Ham. Goes on long. Obama get there first for the Hammers, he does. Butcham. Again, no real gaps for West Ham to exploit, but they're still probing here. Robinson still going on the number 2. Fantastic drive forward. Helped out by Swire. Swire looking to go on round the outside. Rajiti has done really well and wins Fulham the free kick.
Again, real tact from Fulham. They run forward with aggression and play forward, so it's really positive play from Fulham. If they don't get past you, then you're going to have to foul them, which obviously I believe Levi did there.
It's Tanton. So Osman did have Josh King driving through the centre. So West Ham were quick to press to stop that option.
Really important block from Caelan Casey because they had the midfield runner there. If he didn't make that block, he was almost through the middle of us.
Auto pressure coming from Obama, moves it along to Arujo. Back with Porto again. This time was forced just to smash it anywhere. Casey picks it up for West Ham. Robinson. And then Orford. He will deliver early. Deliver just too close to Alex Porto again, who has been good at claiming those kind of crosses this evening.
Yeah, obviously we've got the good turnover there. I'd just like to see if can we just add one more pass across, keep switching play, keep moving around. Like I said, it was a bit of a high ball there for an easy catch for their goalie.
Here's Tanton. A little bit of room now for the number 2 to burst into the West Ham half. Move towards the centre. Prajiti looking to reverse it around the corner. Osmond was denied by Luisiao. Fine challenge from the number 3.
I mean, Fulham haven't really got big, strong players, but they're all nippy, they're all agile, and got good energy. It's really, we find it a little bit tricky to combat their energy at the moment.
So West Ham can use the height advantage to defend the corner as it's sent in low and cleared away, and there's the following strike. Knightsbridge with the claim, and he's quick to try and start this West Ham breakaway. Orford. And then Orford winning the free kick, but how about that from Knightsbridge to start the potential breakaway?
Great handling, and then obviously look on the front foot, and a great weight of throw put us on that counter attack there. So I'm sure he'd be pleased with that.
West Ham looks like they are going to go straight to the penalty area with this free kick. Lewis Orford standing over it. 10 minutes gone of the second half, and the Hammers find a big goal to get back into things. Stiang then flicks it on, and it almost fell from Obama. King smashes it away for Fulham. Clayton with a little bit of room. Switch it out towards Swire. Swire just about gets there. Rujo doing enough.
Not a bad ball there from Regan, but I would have said I would love to have seen George just get a little bit more of a chance to go 1v1 with their right back there.
Sam are creeping forward, but yet to really test Alex Porto in this second half. That's not what they would have wanted though on the far side. Casey trying to get there first, but missed it for West Ham. Fulham move it to the near side. Anton's making the dart round the outside. Hudson did enough initially, and Knightsbridge with the comfortable save that time for West Ham.
Can be a tricky one sometimes through bodies, but you know, again, his handling was spot on.
So this is Batcham darting on forward, sending it to the near side for Clayton. Earthy. Back with the number 10 again. Batcham moves it across towards his midfield partner in Alford. Swire. Valiang. This time it's Fulham's turn to press at West Ham. They almost beat it there. Casey will send it back to his goalkeeper, Knightsbridge. Nice, confident ball. And that's how you can start to create gaps, but they can't quite exploit it there, West Ham. Robinson. Earthy pressing Borto now. Slade. West Ham eventually do cause the error from Fulham. Also still able to take it on long, and Fulham have done well to try and start to break themselves. Majasiti goes for the low delivery. Clayton there for West Ham. It's Tanton. With the number 2. Them just enjoying the possession now in their own half. Don't forget you can become the 12th man on Thursday the 14th of March in the return leg against Freiburg, a decisive European knockout game. And you can secure your seat on eticketing.co.uk/West Ham or /WHUFC with junior tickets from just £10. To repeat, eticketing.co.uk/WHUFC.
See again there, we just had a, it's really important that the first 2 or 3 seconds on a turnover, can we keep the ball? And we just managed to give the ball away again. It's really important to keep momentum, trying to get it out of that, that reach of their 3 or 4 players who are pressing.
Orford, can he take it down on the edge of the area? Almost. Yang did well to read the situation for West Ham. Robinson now. Yang. Orford. Fulham keeping things tight at the moment. Batcham. Done really well, the number 8. Earthy now joining in and gets it back again. That's a nice ball to the far side. Robinson with the low ball across, and a big chance for West Ham as it fell for Swire, but he couldn't keep his effort down.
Best bit of play probably we've seen for a while from West Ham. Obviously a good combination play. Obviously the Ryan in the middle there, good turn, showed good composure. Just obviously couldn't keep it underneath the bar there, unfortunately.
Encouraging sign with half an hour to go. Sam looking for the goal back sooner rather than later. Liang tussling well, but then losing out, and here come Fulham now looking for a third themselves. As it's sent on forward towards King, but Casey doing so well to read the situation for the Hammers. Earthy will chase. Diaz, easy out. Buttram. Robertson, great take from the number 2.
Again, that's really hard for Junior there. He's got 2 men on him. He needs obviously an outlet to maybe come back out the other side. But great ball by Ryan there again.
And Diaz. Easy out, trying to press. Dribbling Diaz again. Anton was making the run early. The flag stays down against the number 2. There's the first time delivery, it's dangerous. It's Liang who gets it away. And Obama doing so well for West Ham.
Good clearance in there, and obviously good hold-up play from Devine. That's the main thing. You know, if you can't keep the ball, obviously they've got to foul you to kind of get the ball off of you. So he's done well. They're taking the pressure off the lads a little bit there.
Orford goes for the direct approach, looking for Swire. Swire, can he get there first? Almost. Porto just about doing enough for Fulham, but so close there for Swire.
I think he did actually get there first, Cam. But you know, I think he just thought the goalie was coming. Maybe just hesitated slightly, but I think if he believed he was going to get it, he was in there.
Uziar doing well. Clayton. Swire still battling away, but loses out.
Against Fulham's, press, obviously trying to win the ball back. Really, really good there, making it difficult to get any quality whatsoever.
Ball 2. The best ball out towards Amisa, forcing the number 5 to chase and then send it long. Casey doing really well for West Ham, but not for the liking of the referee.
Yeah, they do tend to go playing with 2 up Fulham, so it is making it a little bit man for man. So if we can win that ball back, obviously with Kalen there, maybe a slight foul, maybe a little bit of a tug, so I can see why that was given as a free kick.
Is Arujo. Laid on forward towards King. West Ham won it back, and there's the early ball towards Earthy. Great control from Earthy. Clayton helping out round the outside, Earthy going on. He couldn't find a man in claret and blue. Played back towards Dribbling Diaz. King. Dribbling Diaz sliding it across.
So they've got to start pressing as a team, West Ham. So you get that line up. See, Devine can't do it all on his own. Can't do it in 1s and 2s because they'll play around you.
Something for most of the first half that West Ham were doing pretty well on. Is Orford now. Orford for Earthy. Earthy encouraged to shoot, and it was an important block in there.
Just feel Fulham are just maybe running out a little bit of gas now. So can West Ham obviously take advantage of this?
Swire darting on himself. Still Swire going on. Also reading the situation.
I said, I think to be fair to Fulham, that they're attacking with numbers and pace and power. It will take it out of you. And they said on the turnovers, they're trying to get numbers and flood areas. But will we see now the last 25 minutes or so? Will the pendulum obviously sway in our favour?
There's Orford picking it up. And Obama just trying to work an angle for a strike. Lacked the power. And comfortable for Porto. Fulham are preparing a change on the far side. Just happy to have the possession at the moment, although they can't keep it.
Maybe Hayden's just seen that, you know, he might be losing a little bit of energy, and maybe need to try and freshen it up for Fulham. But I do think West Ham are starting to get back into this game a little bit more.
What Fulham would have wanted there, winning the free kick on the near side, just to slow things down. Here comes the change. It's the end of the evening for Osmond up top. Alpalo by. He will come onto the field to replace him. I think you can tell that the West Ham player is not too happy with the time that's being taken over this substitution.
Of course, this is like a stage of the game, 2-0 down. No, we need a goal soon to kind of make a last, you know, 10-15 minutes of it, and you want to get the game going. But you know, this is again part of the development of this is what happens in games where, you know, they're chasing us. Obviously, fourth in the table, we're second, and Fulham are kind of trying to control the tempo of the game now.
Anton sends it back. Lively Diaz looking to return it. Luis Yao there first. Orford couldn't quite sneak it on forward towards Earthy. Icebridge will be able to pick that up for the Hammers. This is the kind of situation where you'd be shouting at your players throughout the night, even when 2 goals down, to really encourage them to try and get something back in this game. That's just your style, isn't it?
Yeah, no, I think it's important for not to get frustrated, to keep trying to do the right things, because you can kind of let it run away with you and try and do things out of character and lose silly balls.
And kept on chasing and wins the throw. Buttram. And has gone out, but it's gone out for a West Ham ball. Just under a quarter of proceedings left to go. Swire. Just break on the edge of the area. Here's Orford. And back with Orford once more. Just tried to wiggle his way through. And there was the late challenge from Buttram, and he's going to get the first yellow card of the evening.
Again, really good shape by Fulham. You know, they had 2-3 players to go through the middle was near enough impossible. So fair play to Fulham on their shape again.
At what point in the game do you think West Ham needs to start taking a few more chances, maybe mix things up a little bit more and add a few more risks to their game?
Yeah, I think, you know, just one goal, it will make them feel Fulham a bit nervous. It's just keep trying to do the right things. But again, you see them pressing as 2-3s, making it really difficult for West Ham.
And the third might just finish things off. Here's the substitute with the low ball in. Clayton doing enough initially. And a really important block from Liang. Robertson there to help out too for West Ham. And how about that for a take from Earthy? Looking to get the Hammers on a counter-attack. Orford. And Orford delivers towards Clayton. And Clayton's going to go for goal. Earthy. Orford round the outside. Robertson. It's a great dart from the number 2 as he wins his side the corner, and the pressure can keep on building.
Really good counter-attack from us. Like I said, I do feel Fulham have taken their foot off the gas a little bit now, but it's just whether West Ham can capitalise on this.
Fulham scored their second of the evening from a corner, and West Ham get their first of the night from the same situation. They can't, because again it is too close to Porto. Not the first time that's happened this evening for the Hammers. It's drilled out towards Tanton, and he's onside here, the number 2, and he's looking to finish off West Ham, but a strong save in there from Knightsbridge.
Brilliant save there from Jacob. Stood up strong, didn't sell himself, and obviously made it really hard for the attacker there to finish.
It's earthy now for West Ham. And he's done well to win the foul.
I was getting really frustrated there because I could see the goalkeeper had the ball in his hands, the Fulham goalkeeper, and you could see the counter-attack was on, but it wasn't enough enthusiasm to get back in. So it just took a really, really good save from Jacob there to keep us in this.
This save here to deny Tanton could prove vital if West Ham find a way back into it with this free kick, and it goes low. Almost broke towards Clayton. Atram will float one in, float one past everyone. Fulham will take that.
Yeah, we're just looking for who's going to be the person to give us a bit of quality. They're going to need someone to step up now.
Is this something you spent a lot of your career doing, something that Porto's doing now? Really taking his time with the goal kick with this side, 2 goals up.
Yeah, obviously you've got to play the game a little bit. It's frustrating when you're on the other side of it, I've got to say. But that is part of the game. They're going to try and slow it down. Whereas I just feel like we're getting more on top all the time. It's just, can we get that little bit of quality will give us the best chance of capitalising on it.
King now putting the pressure on for Fulham. Orford losing out, unlike him. Here comes the substitute. McCoy Splat looking to return it. It's a great move, but an even better save from Knightsbridge. His best of the evening, diving down to his left to deny a Fulham third.
Brilliant play from Fulham again. Said they've got a few really good little players in the middle. And this took a really good save from Jacob there. Again, set at the right time, gave him the best chance to go either way. Got a good hand on it over the bar.
There's still more defending to do for West Ham. Just over 15 minutes to go. As Fulham have this corner. And it goes towards the back post. It was another good save from Knightsbridge, but it curved out of play. How about this for alertness from the goalkeeper, looking for Earthy. Tanton coming across, and just from that, West Ham and all the way up the other end of the field.
Brilliant distribution there. It was actually a good save, even though obviously the referee had already blown for it. But said to see George there, and then the willingness of George to be able to get there. Just these little bits of quality now we need to keep on top of to give us the best chance again to get up the pitch.
Of course, the more misplaced passes there are in the centre, the more it goes out of play like this, the more it plays into Fulham's hands, really.
Yeah, we all know what it's like to watch, your team when you're not quite passing it right, and you're chasing the game, and the qualities. There's a few things that it feels like 10 times worse than it actually is. But I said, if we can get a goal soon, definitely think that it'll be a good final 10 minutes or so.
Here is Earthy. Vincent doing well to win West Ham the throw. Orford picking it up for the Hammers. Buttram. More changes are being prepared on the far side. West Ham take the direct approach, but it's just too much from Obama.
There's a bit of a force that, just trying to hit that ball, that $1 million ball, but sometimes just trying to move the the Fulham line around a bit, just to make them a little bit more tired maybe.
Is Orford bursting through, almost finding Earthy. City able to pick it up for Fulham and sends it back. And out it goes, and the pressure can just about continue from West Ham. Well, I say that, it might just die out here with the change. At the end of the evening, Buttram. On comes Sean Moore, the number 16. So a striker on for a midfielder.
When I've seen training, Sean, you know, the few times that I've been in, I've been really impressed with his feet. Can really move quickly with the ball and show real quality.
And then coming forward, that was a nice ball towards their substitute. Diplo by sends it back. Dibby Diaz. Diplo by. Robinson reading for West Ham, but they can't keep it. This is King. King moving it across, shooting opportunity perhaps. A nice bridge again with the save for West Ham.
Again, Fulham 2-3 numbers, winning the ball back on a turnover, and then managed to get a shot off. Another great handling from Jacob.
Earthy, Yank, doing well to turn. Swire. Orford returning it towards Swire. He's done well to beat his man. Clayton making the move around the outside. That's a nice ball forward, almost. Important defending in there. Clayton does well to run it back for the Hammers. Robinson. A good challenge on him when there was an option around the outside.
It's both times there, even obviously with Cam and Junior there, maybe just giving the ball a little bit earlier out wide, or just making the right decision.
Comes Junior Robinson again. Moves on out wide and sent in high towards Clayton. Obama will try and chase, but again, Alex Borto doing so well for Fulham in goal.
To be fair to Borto, it was a good take under pressure from Devine there. So obviously he's going to try and kill this game now as much as possible. Can we still press as a team? Try and win that ball back.
AC didn't get there, and now Fulham moving it on forward. This is King. King against Liang as he rolls it across. And working the whole way around to try and find a shooting position, but Clayton was there with the block.
I mean, whoever's played up for Fulham tonight has been played pretty well, and it's been tough for Kalen, to be fair. Sometimes you need to be a bit stronger, maybe, you know, as that ball comes in, can you lean into them, can you nudge them, bump them, obviously, but they're coming up with the ball every time, and it's really changing momentum for Fulham.
Well, what do you think West Ham need to do? There's 10 minutes to go. Still 2 goals down, but they have been the better side, but without creating a huge amount of chances, though.
I definitely think Fulham are, losing a little bit of energy. It's just that, can we keep the quality, keep switching play, keep moving them around, not forcing passes. I think maybe we're just being a little bit hasty, or not quite picking the right decision, who or when to pass to. So hopefully this last 10 minutes we can, I said, just nick something and just make it a really interesting end to the game.
Don't forget, turning the attention to the first team. You can play your part in the biggest match of the season so far when West Ham take on Freiburg in the decisive European knockout game. Thursday, 14th of March. You can get your ticket on eticketing.co.uk/WHUFC. Junior tickets are from just £10. At the moment, all the support is going to be needed for these under-21s to have a big 10 minutes to try and get back into proceedings. Referee just encouraging Fulham to, well, not take their time, do the complete opposite. Take on West Ham. Orford finds Robinson. He will go early to Earthy. What a take from Earthy. Clayton now. Earthy. It was a fantastic delivery towards that back post. Can West Ham get their way back into it? They can't, as the effort is over the crossbar. It looked like it was Mbama.
Brilliant there from West Ham, obviously coming forward with pace, power, switching play. Just unlucky there. Great ball, just obviously couldn't keep it underneath the bar again. I mean, we've had 3 or 4 good chances today, and you know, take one of them, it does put a lot more pressure on Fulham.
Probably the best chance that West Ham have had in this second half to pulling one back. They're still winning their battles just like that through Luisiao. They're still pressing every time they don't have the ball. The energy's been non-stop. Now they just need to find a goal. Here is Casey. Swire. Clayton's round the outside. Swire's going on here. Fulham doing enough defensively. That will be another yellow card for West Ham, the second of the evening. Luisiao this time showing the booking. An easy decision, I think, in that situation for the referee.
Yeah, I think it was obviously dangerous. He needed to bring him down, but obviously earlier on in the phase, I think Cam being really positive, trying to go through the middle again, maybe looking for that pass outside, and then trying to get into the box for the cross. Maybe would maybe been the better option.
Here is Tanton. Tanton's linking up again round the outside for Fulham. And there's the low ball in. Yang did enough. Doing so well to make sure Fulham didn't get the corner. There's Tanton again. More pressing. King, Slade. Tanton now on the near side. Clayton with the pressure. Fulham with the throw.
I mean, in a development phase of a lot of these young players' careers, to see how Fulham press, to be able to play under that kind of pressure.
They are getting there first, but not the clearance he would have wanted. Fulham in a corner.
Yeah, to see how they press, obviously Fulham press, to see how they deal with that from now on will be definitely good for their development. And it's how they combat that.
Every time the ball goes out of play like this, it just allows chances for Fulham to let that clock tick down.
It also give them a breather, because I definitely think they are running out of gas.
And it goes, it's a dangerous delivery, and it's a third to kill the game off once and for all. Amisa this time rose highest. There was no chance in there for Knightsbridge, as Fulham go 3 up now.
Yeah, totally agree. No chance for Jacob there. It's a good ball in. Again, you need someone to go and attack that ball. And obviously he's got to run on the zonal mark set up. And it's a really good header into the bottom left-hand corner.
Well, he rose higher than his opposing number in Liang. And Amisa on the score sheet. And it is Fulham who will take the 3 points now with the 3 goals. And it's a shame for West Ham because there's been so many encouraging signs this evening. With the way they've played overall, the chances they've created.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. You know, if we took one of them chances earlier on in the first half, or just one of the probably 3 or 4 chances that we had tonight, it changes the game. Similar to the game last night. I mean, Freiburg, we were definitely the better team, I felt. And if we took one of the chances that came our way, obviously the keeper made a few good saves as well. It definitely changes the whole complex of the feeling. But next week, I feel like we're going to have a really good chance at home. But as to tonight, it's a similar thing, really. You take one of them chances, I said it changes the whole feeling around the game.
There is, of course, still a chance for West Ham fans to be part of that big atmosphere, and how much can that help on Thursday night?
Well, obviously, I've seen firsthand, being around the Sevilla game, Lyon game. You can feel that how much it helps the players, and you can feel it. And I said that stadium, when you've got 60,000 people cheering you on, it does make a hell of a difference, especially with our fan base. No better club in the world when this place is rocking, definitely.
Fulham making a few changes just to see out the 90. Only been one real stoppage in this second half. Plus, of course, all the substitutions, so it won't be too long for West Ham to try and find at least something in terms of the goals. Obama will keep on going and drop deep the number 9. Casey. Orford now. Clayton, well, to take it down. Swire, 2 players around him. So the throw goes the way of West Ham. At the end of the 90, we will go into 5 additional minutes, is what it's looking like. Is that just too little, you think, for West? Well, a fair too little, unless some kind of miracle.
That is a very tall ask to get obviously 3 goals in 5 minutes. But again, it's not always about the result at this stage for me. Of course, it's nice to be second to Tottenham. It obviously hurts, but the development stage of definitely seeing these players. Okay, how do you try and learn from this situation? How do you think, right, this is how Fulham press? If their situations happens again in, when I'm out on loan or when I go with the first team, how does this experience now better my career? So it'll be good lessons here today, and I'm sure Potsy will be, the next days that they're in, obviously analysing, video, seeing how we could have improved the performance, definitely.
But I guess the only positive sign that I can say about the 3-0 scoreline is that, well, going into the late stages, it does at least give me a chance to mention when West Ham came from 3 goals down against Spurs a few years ago. But I think even now it's too late for something like that.
I was there that day as well, which was definitely incredible to be a part of. When obviously Manu, that last strike, I can still see it now in my head. Been really impressed with Jacob, actually. Obviously a little bit culpable for the first goal, but how he's played after that just shows me, the character that he's got to come through something like that, because no doubt it will happen again. We're all human, we'll make mistakes. It's just how you come back from them. So I've been really impressed with Jacob tonight.
Here is Sean Moore. Haven't seen too much of him since coming off of the bench. Leighton out wide. Easy out now. Orford and Earthy flicked it round the corner towards Swire. Nice idea, but Tanton stayed alive defensively. Here comes the last of the changes for the visitors. Olliott is on for the last half of additional time at the end of the 90. It's going to go out for the Fulham throw again. That's just going to help the clock tick on down for the visitors. There is so much still to look forward to for this young West Ham side. Of course, the way the Premier League 2 is these days, if they don't finish top of the table, once the top 16 have been established, it goes to a knockout stage, the whole competition. As here's Orford first, who's going to go for goal. Forces a save from Porto.
Got a really good striker, and obviously Lewis, and he took a good save because it was bouncing in front of the goalie.
West Ham also know they are still in the Premier League International Cup as well. So a chance for silverware there. And a chance for a goal back perhaps as Porto punches as far as Swire and it's off the line. And still West Ham can't find the back of the Fulham net. But so close there.
Yeah, unfortunately it's been one of them nights. It's obviously a really good block from the Fulham player there at the back post. So sometimes you just get them days.
Still trying to sneak away through. It's Robinson. Quite worked the angle for the cross initially. He will win the free kick.
Again, 2 Fulham players around one of ours, just making it really hard to get any quality into the box.
Now I'm going to get a second opportunity now from this corner. Taken short to Earthy. West Ham trying something different as it's floated in. So Fulham get it away. But even now with 20 seconds to go, the energy from West Ham just hasn't stopped, which is something you want to see from these young players, isn't it?
Yeah, obviously you still want to impress, you still want to show what you can do, even if it's at this late stage, being 3-0 down. Yeah, obviously that's not a great ball in there, but yeah, it's really frustrating. Obviously, we know we've all been there. I've been on the wrong end for quite a few bad results. But it's this another again about the character. You keep going until the end.
West Ham are going to pick it up in the centre. But can't do anything with it because there is the final whistle. It was an evening which started with West Ham chances, ended with West Ham chances, but it was Fulham who got all the goals. Rajasiti opening the scoring. Dibley Diaz with the volley to double it, leaving West Ham 2 goals behind at half-time. And in the second half, despite the Hammers' chances, Amisa on the score sheet for a third. As the final score is West Ham 0, Fulham 3. So here were the goals then. Paratiti after just 5 minutes, giving Fulham the lead after all the West Ham chances, beating Knightsbridge to the ball.
Of course, like what I've said previously, was just a bit too low, the cross, and a bit too far out, and made it really tricky for Jacob.
No chance for him on this one though. Thumping volley.
Yeah, sometimes you got to hang your hat off to the striker. It's a great strike. Obviously, maybe we've made a little bit more of contact from the set piece.
It was the same again in the second half. A corner and another Fulham goal.
Yep, again, this is the zonal marking. You've got to be really aggressive and attack the flight of the ball. And when someone's got a run of you, it's always a little bit tricky. It was a really good header into the bottom left-hand corner. No chance for Jacob.
What did you make of that? There were certainly promising signs, weren't there, from a West Ham point of view? It's not a scoreline that was deserved, the 3-0.
I think, especially in the first half, Fulham were very clinical. We had quite a few chances. Really two really good chances. I think Devine might be a little bit disappointed with, but again, he's had been with the first team last night. He's probably flown back this morning, but that's again experience for him. But they took their chances in the first half, Fulham, and it was a little bit more open in the second half. But yeah, it's development stage of a game. Then you're looking at there's definitely a few good things.
So the full-time score: West Ham 0, Fulham 3. And thank you all for joining us this evening and for watching. And we'll see you for the next one.